Welcome back to my channel, Lisa Under Construction. Today I'm going to talk about something. I don't want to go there, and I'm going to try not to go there. I'm trying to keep it but I'm going to talk about
how my marriage fell apart.
Okay, I was married for 11 years. I've been divorced for 16 years. I'm going to tell my story. Okay.
I'm going to try not to bash my children's father.
Because it is what it is. Alright? This is what happened. Alright, in the beginning things were great. But when you have children that have special needs, I've always heard that one parent tends to leave the home. And that's what happened in our case. I'm not saying that that's why he left, because we had our problems, but a lot of problems stem because of these diagnoses and him not being able to handle the diagnosis, or really just not being there. It was like he was there, but he wasn't there. He was never helpful. He never helped me with anything. He never helped with a decision about anything. It was like I was a single parent. I was doing it on my own. I was taking the kids to therapy. I was taking the kids to treatments. I was working. I was doing everything by myself. And guess what? I was like, I might as well be by myself. And for a long time, I put up with it. And I just stomached it until one day I had enough. And people, you know that when you've had enough, and it's time for you to be on your own. And that's exactly what I did. I said, I could do this. I've been doing it, so it won't be that hard. So the transition wasn't that hard. I decided to raise my kids on my own, and that's exactly what I did. And doing that, I decided not to date. I didn't even really go out or anything like that. I just focused on my kids and work. Okay, let me tell you what happened. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I found out my son was autistic. And I feel like once he was diagnosed, I feel like my husband checked out. My ex-husband completely checked out. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm stuck. And I was devastated for a little bit. And I guess I slowly started going into a depression, and I didn't know it. So after having my daughter, it's like I had this baby that I'm taking care of, and I was going through the depression of finding out my son had autism. I have this new baby that's doing certain things that I'm trying to figure out what's going on with her. And then I have this man that's not being helpful at all. He would be helpful in the public eye, but when we were behind closed doors, not so much. Even like at church, I would hear people say, oh my God, he's the perfect man. Because when we were in public, he would be helpful with the kids. But like say we're walking out of a door, sometimes he let doors just close in my face. So I would be like, okay. It's very selfish. And anytime any decisions would have to be made about the kids, he was never there to help with a decision about anything. He never had anything to say about anything. If I said, should I put Jordan in this school or this program, he would just look at me. And I would be like,
okay, let me call somebody else.
And try and get something, because I needed something from somebody, and I wasn't getting it from him. So slowly, things were just falling apart. My kids, my daughter got slowly diagnosed. My marriage is falling apart. I'm falling apart. I started having panic attacks. I started going to the hospital because of the panic attacks. I had an anxiety attack where I thought I was having a heart attack, and the doctor was like, "What's wrong?" And he wanted to know, like, "Tell me about your life." And I just told him, like, randomly, the stuff that I do every day. And I told him, I don't know what happened, but like a few months ago, my eyes started doing this burning thing where they just burn real bad, and my heart would speed up, and I didn't know what it was. And he said, "Honey, you need help." And he said, "You need to talk to somebody." And he said, "Are you married?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Does your husband help you?" And I just looked at him. And I would never tell anybody. I would just keep everything in, because I was very private. I would keep everything in, because I never wanted to rock the boat, ever. So I would just live a fake life. I would go to church, fake. Go to work, fake. Everything I would do, I would just do it with a smile, and everybody would think everything was all good, until I just started completely shutting down to where I couldn't even drive my own car. I could not drive anymore. I would rather take the bus than drive my car, because I was having a nervous breakdown. But yet, through it all, I would still do everything I had to do for my kids. Everything. And then one day, I said, I can't do it anymore. And the thing that scared me the most was being alone, because I thought, if I don't have this man, I'm going to be alone. And it scared me to death. That's why I stayed married, because I didn't want to be alone. That was the scariest thing for me, was being alone. And now I just feel like I live the loneliest life, because though I've started to do more for myself since my kids are older, I didn't know how to do that and be a mom and work and do everything that I had to do for them when they were growing up. So I didn't. I just focused on them. We had a bad, bitter divorce, and a lot of stuff that he said to me was very hurtful, because he told me straight out, he said,
I don't know why you get so stressed out all the time with the kids. That's your job. You told me it wasn't my freaking job. It's your job to take care of your kids.
and I was like,
You freaking bastard. Then what's your job? What's your freaking job?
this man broke me. He hurt me to my core. But you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay, because I'm over it. And then he would tell people in the street that the reason why he left is because I gained weight. So what? So what? I gain weight, I lose weight. Just because you walk around looking bright and beautiful, because only person you care about is you. You get to go work out. You get to go do what you want to do. You get to go travel. You get to go play basketball. You get to hang with your little actor friends and your little athlete friends, because you trying to live that life when I'm trying to run a household. That's why my marriage fell apart. With all this being said, it still hurts. I've come a long way from that. My weight goes up and down depending on how I'm feeling. Right now I'm feeling kind of good though, because I've been doing a few things for me. Even though I gotta, I know. I didn't even know how chubby, fat, whatever you want to call it, I had gotten until I started doing these videos. I was like, uh-oh. I gotta get back on it. Gotta get my butt in the gym, honey, and eat the right food again, because this don't work for me at all. Anyway, he tried to break me. He didn't break me. We're not friends. We're not cool. And it's unfortunate. My son graduated from college. I invited him to the graduation. I invite him to graduations. My child was in the hospital because she tried to commit suicide. You know what? I'm not going to even go there because that's too much. But my daughter has been in the hospital, let's say 8 to 9 times for trying to commit suicide. I think he went to see her twice. So you know what? I blocked his phone number because he doesn't need to know anymore. When they were growing up, I just blocked the number because he didn't care. We live in the same state and we don't even talk. It's like we don't even know each other. My son had valley fever, which is called coccidiomycosis. They thought he had cancer. Did he come see my son? Our children, when he was sick. My son was sick for about 3 years. And it's dangerous. You could die from it. No, he didn't. He was taking a road trip to Florida with his new wife. Because you know how fast some people can move on. It's like, woo, dodge that bullet. Let me move on. But anyway, enough about that. Moving forward. Like the video. I'm sorry. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.